Mukbang videos have gained a lot of popularity online in only the last few years. But what exactly does mukbang even mean? Mukbang means eating broadcast, and that's literally what it is. Mukbangers get on camera and record themselves eating insane amounts of food, and for some reason, people love to watch it. I feel like you either love this type of content or you completely hate it and don't understand why anyone would find it enjoyable. Mukbangs actually started in Korea, where eating out is seen as a social activity. People who didn't have someone to go out and eat with would tune into these live broadcasts and eat with people virtually and just feel less alone. It's kind of like watching a Get Ready With Me video, except with a ton of food. Eventually, this genre made its way onto YouTube, and once people realized there was good money in it, more and more channels started popping up and pushing things to the extreme. One of those channels being Nikocado Avocado.
Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Nikocado has taken mukbangs from being a social eating broadcast and turned it into, well, this. Yeah, it's a mess, so let's get into it. So, we haven't talked about Nikocado since that whole Stephanie Sue drama, which honestly feels like forever ago. After that drama died down, Nick went back to making his eating videos, and we haven't really heard that much from him since. Well, that's changing because people think he's taken his videos way too far, and they're actually kind of concerned for him. Nick's channel is a classic example of a YouTuber that pushes boundaries and continuously tries to make his videos more extreme and more shocking with every upload. We've had people like David Dobrik who took his content to extremes, trying to keep things interesting and keep his fans coming back for more. Over the years, David's content was getting more shocking and more dangerous, and despite people calling him out over and over again, he kept pushing until he seriously injured his own friend. And that's what's happening with Nick. He's sacrificing his health, his relationships, and his mental well-being for clicks, views, and money. Nick has taken a traditional mukbang and literally Americanized it. The reason he gets so many views is because people see this thumbnail with some guy having an emotional breakdown, sitting in front of like 50 pizzas or a bucket of cheese, and they think, what the is going on here? I honestly don't think there's even one video on Nick's channel that isn't shockingly unhealthy. We have eating $400 worth of spicy seafood boil, heart attack grill, 20,000 calorie burger, $100 worth of McDonald's, and I'm gaining so much weight and now my clothes don't fit. And that's only 4 videos out of thousands of videos spread across like 4 or 5 channels. Nick has his main channel, Nikocado Avocado, Nikocado 2, Nikocado 3, and more Nikocado, where he's been heavily profiting from the same type of content. He's even gone as far as to make his mukbang lifestyle into merch. Clearly Nick is making good money from this, but it's like, at what expense? When is this going too far, and when does YouTube or someone in his life step in and actually put a stop to it? Nick recently made a comment along the lines of, if this was a mukbanger that was really fit and they were eating the way that he does, no one would have an issue with it. I guess Nick thinks people only have an issue with him based on his appearance. But personally, I think Nick's drawing negative attention to himself for a whole other chaotic reason. As if the mukbangs in large quantities of unhealthy food wasn't bad enough, Nick added a whole new level of drama to his videos. His boyfriend, Orlin.
What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I bought the cake because I love you.
Incorporating his boyfriend into his videos has literally turned his channel into a bad soap opera. Now look, Nick's channel has never been a normal mukbang channel. Even back in his vegan days, he always put on a huge show and did his best to be entertaining. He had this pet bird involved, he would play the violin, and at one point, he even had a sloth. He was definitely an entertainer. But once he threw in Orlin, I think he started to realize that the videos where they were getting the most views were the ones where him and Orlin got into fights. They're normally fighting over food and it's all just really dramatic, and then they instantly switch and go back to eating like nothing even happened. Some of his highest viewed videos are of him and Orlin fighting each other, and people just seem to love the whole drama of it. Nick and Orlin have figured out what type of content does good, and they keep remaking the same videos with the same titles over and over again. They realize breakup videos do good, so they have tons of those. Cheating videos, Orlin leaving. He has tons of videos titled, "I wasn't allowed to post this," really playing into the whole dysfunctional relationship act. But that's the problem. Even if this is just an act that he's playing into, fighting and overeating for views, it's starting to become his reality. He's built his channel on dysfunction and drama, and that's what people subscribe for and what's proven to get him the most views and ultimately the most money. He's trapped himself into the system where he needs to give up his mental health, his pride, and his physical health to keep making money. Every video Nick does just gets more and more shocking and more unhealthy. Can you imagine having to wake up every day knowing that you have to eat extremely unhealthy food in large quantities and pretend to have a mental breakdown and your boyfriend, all for a paycheck? Even if this all started out as an act for entertainment, that has to get draining, and in a way, maybe these mental breakdowns actually have some truth behind them. The reason Nick is getting so much attention in these last few weeks is because he's taken his videos to a whole new level of offensive. He's posted at least 10 videos recently, all titled, "My New Diet as a Disabled Person." Obviously, the thumbnail is shocking, and once again, it's getting the clicks. The thing is though, Nick's disability is sleep apnea. He also broke a few ribs, and now he's claiming to be bedbound.
I identify as skinny. And I identify as disabled.
Yeah. If you go back to some of Nick's older videos, the comments were usually full of fans that knew he was just putting on a show, and everyone seemed to be pretty supportive. But now his comments are shifting. More and more people are starting to realize how this act isn't really an act anymore. Here's what people had to say. "See guys, this is why you don't eat 30,000 calories in one night. You guys, we should stop watching his videos so he realizes that he's not getting rewarded for ruining himself. I just feel like crying while looking at him. He's just himself on camera, all for us to see. Hope you get better, Nick." I think we should all unfollow and not watch his videos anymore for his own safety. This is sad and not interesting content. YouTube shouldn't allow this. Both Nick and Orlin are really playing into people's concern because they know that that's what everyone's gonna click on. Orlin announced that he officially broke up with Nick and moved back to Colombia. He wrote, "I broke up with Nick for real. Thank you for the memories, but he needs to get a grip on life before he has no life. Truth hurts." But the people that have been around for a while know that this whole breakup is just a part of their whole skit. Cool story, bro. We'll see you next week with Nick. You cried wolf so many times that I don't believe you guys anymore. Enjoy your vacation. The real fans know this is just for the video. Had this been real, Nick would have been all over social media, freaking out and trashing you. That hasn't happened, so we'll see you back in his videos soon. I think the sad thing about this whole situation is, well, the obvious, but also the fact that Nick doesn't believe that he'd be entertaining enough without all the destruction. When Nick started his channel, yeah, he wasn't doing normal mukbangs, but he wasn't doing anything like this, and he was actually genuinely entertaining. A lot of people outside the mukbang community actually found Nick through his drama videos on Veronica Wang, and they literally go to show you that this whole thing is just an act. Nick is actually a really smart guy with a lot to say and a lot to offer the internet. He doesn't need crazy amounts of food and fake fights to get views. He could get them just by being himself. I mean, Nick's videos on Veronica were so well researched and put together, he could literally rebrand into a drama channel and he'd probably get the same amount of views. I think it's pretty clear for everyone that the whole reason Nick has taken this act so far is because of the money. But what's the point of having all this money when you can't even enjoy it? The side effects of this lifestyle are finally catching up with him, and instead of, maybe taking it as a wake-up call, he's now exploiting his declining health situation for views. And if you ask me, it doesn't look like he plans on stopping anytime soon. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.